Hello gamers, Pet here. Welcome to another episode of Shit I Own. In this episode we are going to have a look at Terry Pratchett's book called The Art of Discworld with illustrations by Paul Kidby. Paul Kidby is the second illustrator uh, from the Discworld series, the first one being Josh Kirby, um, who died in 2001. And I actually purchased this one back in 2009, so 30 March 2009, so 11 years ago. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it. On the back of it, oops, on the back of it, it says, 11 pounds. UK only. It is a book from UK, of course. I purchased it in Romania, and I remember purchasing it from kind of like this bookstore that used to import books from UK, and so they were a little bit more pricey than normal. So I think maybe I paid 90 lei or around $20. I think maybe, not sure. But yeah, with all the books that I get, I'm signing them. So yeah, oh man, 11 years ago. And the story with this book, I think well, I found out about Terry Pratchett way before 2009, but this was a point where I started to explore him more, and I found him funny and the world that he created. And I'm not sure if I think this was the first. Well, okay, it's not the first book that I got. I've read a couple of books in Romanian, and they were shit because they were translated poorly. And then years later, I've read a book. I think it was Guards, and it was a bit hard to read as I'm not a native English speaker, and some words that he uses I don't know them, so it was again a bit hard to understand. And then I've read The Colors of Magic, the first book in Romanian, and then it was crap. And then I've read it in English and it was better, and I've started to be able to get more into his books, and they are pretty funny, especially the jokes that he makes. So yeah, anyway, we are going to have a look at this book, as I've said. I'm being distracted because the moment I start recording, the cats want attention, and one of the cats wanted inside, and I got her in, and I'm not going to get her out because she will want outside soon. Anyway, so also a small note. Hopefully the colors are better now. I've been looking at this. The color is super beautiful. It's like a purple, but it's different than what you are seeing actually. So I tinker with the settings again. So trying to get the quality as much as good as possible. So the art of Discworld, illustrated by Paul Kidby. Discworld introduction by Terry. It's I'm not going to read, of course, but we're just going to flip through the book so you can see what's in it. It's also a little bit hard to see it because the book, has a little bit of glossiness, and with all the lights that if I have no lights, it's basically it is only one light. Yeah, it's we need lights. It has a small, glossiness to the paper. Not as bad as in some comic books. Like I have some comic books that are so glossy that I can't really read them, and I can't really appreciate the art. And this is basically, the idea. It's a flat world that sits on four elephants who sit on a turtle, and I find like what, what, what is this world you are creating? So yeah, yeah, it was kind of like a good setting. And guards actually, uh, there are a series of books that are following the Night Watch. You will see some of you will see them later actually. And fortunately, I haven't got into the Discworld. This is the Ankh-Morph's finest city watch. I probably porks. Oh man, I've butchered. You see, this is the illustrations are so nice. I love this style. I love this the whole style. This is kind of bringing me back because during that time I was also playing World of Warcraft trading card game, which I should actually make a video on those cards soon. And I remember always collecting the cards, looking at art and so on. Yeah, I kind of remember them a little bit, and I still remember. I don't know how to say the joke, so I won't say it. But there was like a funny thing with them because they kind of banished on the first book. There was some kind of story with a dragon or something like that, right? Uh, and if I remember correctly, and shooting a bow, shooting an arrow into the city was forbidden, was banished because the arrow is always going to fall somewhere else, right? So there is a chance to hit someone, and a couple of pages later the dragon comes or something like that, and a lot of arrows could be seen into the air. It was like it was much better told by him, but it was also subtle. This is what I like about Terry Pratchett. His jokes are not like they are subtle and so on. This is the, or actually, is this the one? Then there was a similar with Rembrandt's painting, but I don't think this is the one that's similar. We'll have to see. The House of Mirth. Dogs in a. Oh man, this one is also drawn nice. The Beggars Guild, down on your luck. So this is like a really good book to get if you are. I think it came out in 2004, and I got it in 2009. So hopefully you can find it somewhere. Because if you are a fan of Discworld, you will for sure like this book, especially if you are you know the characters and you can see them, and maybe you can read more about them. I remember this guy. Hey, Ricewind. Yep. This was like I'm still using the example of a bad translation, uh, which I've read, in Romanian and in English, and you can see the subtleties of when you read something that's native, right? Basically, it said Ricewind wasn't much of a wizard, which of course means that he's a wizard, but he's not that great, right? And in Romania, it was translated something like Vânturache era pe jumătate vrăjitor, which translated with Ricewind was translated to Vânturache, which is like weird even for Romania. Um, Era pe jumătate vrăjitor means he was half of a wizard. He was jumătate is like half, right? Which can be translated. You can understand when you read something like that he's not yet. It doesn't portray the fact that he's a wizard, but he's a bad one, and this is something that you can read at the beginning of the book. So, yeah, that's kind of like an example that I've been using when I was chatting with people about why they should read the books in English, even if they are hard. And the thing is that since I bought a Kindle, I bought some books on Kindle. I haven't read them yet because on Kindle it's if I don't understand the word, I can just tap the word and the word pops out and I can see okay this is what he means, which is also good because your vocabulary can improve. So kind of this is the librarian. I remember talking with a friend about him years ago. Death. That's another timeline. Morty. What was his name? Do we get a name? I forgot. I think he's called Death, and Morty's from somewhere else. Why am I taking out Morty? Anyway, Yeah, I should actually get back into reading more about Terry Pratchett. Like, but the thing is that I'm getting so many things to read. I get excited about so many things, and I don't get to actually reading them, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing those series, right, where I basically show you the shit I own, because at least I'm making something with this. I'm immortalizing something that I own into a a video, and of course, maybe you are going to find something that you like and you are going to buy it, or something. At least I'm it's a way to show off your collection. Some things, when you are collecting something, you really like to show off your collection. And yeah, this is actually me showing you my collection of stuff. So overall, really nice drawings. I still have a lot of art books to show you, but in time. Nanny Og with a really old cat. Yeah, Gribo, is this him? Yep, Gribo. I don't know about him, unfortunately, but he seems like a cool cat. If you can tell me more about Gribo, please write in the comments. Another nice style, it's really nice how it pops out. It's a little bit, even that I didn't, the saturation is, this is like a normal red, is not that saturated, and my saturation in the settings, it's flat. I haven't messed with it. Those two colors are much more balanced that you are seeing. The red is way too red here. Ah, the settings of how many books are in Discworld? 20 something. I think at some point I was set up to read all the books in the Night Watch. This is why I've read. Guards actually have printed. Igor, a man of many parts. This guy seems interesting. So we are at the end. Oh, this guy. What's with this barbarian? Uh, like the characters are so bizarre and unique that you really want to know more about them. Those are some covers, or I kind of forgot what happened in the first book with Ricewind. So yeah, this was The Art of Discworld by Terry Pratchett, illustrated by Paul Kidby. Thank you guys for watching this. See you soon. Goodbye.